Do you consider Jerusalem to be the capital of Israel?
Yes, of course. A nation has the capacity to choose its own capital city, and Jerusalem is Israel's capital.
Yeah, well, that's Mr. Romney in the Middle East saying that, I guess he's saying that Jerusalem is Israel's capital. It's hard to say what he's saying. But the real, welcome to the Savage Nation. The real question for you today, as I can see it, is, should America still care about Israel, and why? I know it may be a shock to some of you to even ask the question, but there's an awful lot of talk about Iran, Israel, and America. But why are we focused so heavily on Israel? Well, I think it's because Obama has clearly turned his back on Israel. That's why Romney went there. But the issue really is, should we still care about Israel as much as America once did? It's a little long in the relationship for us to embrace Israel wholeheartedly without any questions. That's number one. Number two, it seems to me the Israeli economy is doing better than ours is. Maybe they should bail us out. Maybe we should get aid from Israel rather than the other way around. Or, I mean, to put it another way, I would think that there are more Mexicans here than there are Jewish people in the United States of America. You could say that the United States should be more concerned about Mexico than about Israel, if you actually think about it. This is not to say I think we should abandon Israel. I didn't say that at all. Don't misinterpret me. But what is this obsession with Israel? Now, I know that we have cultural ties, emotional ties. We know that. But we have cultural and emotional ties with many countries. We have cultural and emotional ties certainly with Italy. We have cultural and emotional ties with Mexico, with Germany, with Britain. Well, they're not facing an existential annihilation as Israel is, so that's definitely an argument for worrying about Israel. But really, how much can we worry about our dear friend Israel when we ourselves are a basket case? I have a chart here that I saved. Hold on a minute. I saved this from February 23rd, 2012, which says that America's per capita government debt is worse than Greece. Did you know that? The per capita government debt in America is worse than that of Spain, Portugal, France, Greece, Italy, and Ireland. We're at $44,215 each or more than that. So how can we bail anybody out? How can we carry Israel on our back? We are historically at a point right now where Cuba was with regard to the ex-Soviet Union. And you know what happened, don't you, when the Soviet Union imploded and went bankrupt? First of all, it broke up into many pieces. I don't think that can happen here, but God knows it could happen. Anything could happen. But they have a history of, the Soviet Union was an amalgamation of different nations. America is not an amalgamation of different nations. We are a union of states, not an amalgamation of different nations with different histories in the sense of cultures going back thousands of years and languages that differ. We're really one nation under God, indivisible, etc. Nevertheless, the Soviet Union did abandon Cuba when it broke up and could no longer support it. It's possible the United States could abandon Israel and Egypt and say we can't carry them on our back anymore. But I'd like to know right now from the listeners of the Savage Nation, I think it's a very important question. You got Mitt Romney in Israel, pandering in a way. I think he actually, when I look at him and listen to him, he really means it. I think he really does feel the linkage between Israel and the United States. Certainly we know that this nation was founded upon Judeo-Christian writings and the ethos of the Jewish people and the Christian people as they have unified and come together. Don't fool yourself. Despite what Obama said, this is not a nation built upon Islam and Sharia law.